The Brad Johnson Show. I'm turning losers like you into winners like me. You're about to enter the winning zone. Hello there, loyal listeners. This is your host, Brad Johnson, on The Brad Johnson Show. This is just a quick shot episode of me just talking here, telling you things that you need to know, because that's what I'm all about. I've got knowledge, you don't. I'm here to impart it to you through this podcast, into your ears, into your brain, so that you can change your life. And that is what the Brad Johnson Show is all about. And something has recently come to my attention, which I obviously, definitely always on the cutting edge of things, which is just what I do. Anytime there is an edge, whether it's cutting or not, I am on it. And one of those things that I've definitely been on the cutting edge of is dropshipping. Now, I'm sure a lot of you people are scratching your head and saying, what are you talking about? Are you is that when UPS guy drops my package while he's shipping it? Is that maybe like a drone operated shipping business where they just literally drop packages out of the sky and they call it dropshipping? That's actually what I thought it was at first, and tried to get that patented, but that's in the process. Another story, another time. What we're talking about today is actually slightly different. It is dropshipping, which has nothing to do with actually dropping things, which I want to get in touch with the dropshipping people, have my people get in touch with the dropshipping people, and make sure that we do some workshopping on that name, because I think it's very misleading and doesn't really help people understand what's going on here. But that's why I'm here, because I want to help you understand exactly what is dropshipping, how you can do it, and how you can get started with hardly any money and start making millions of dollars in less than a year. And that doesn't sound like an awesome thing to do. I don't know one does. Yeah. So people ask me questions all the time, and I'm really good at answering things, which is kind of part of my job. But when people ask me, Brad, what is dropshipping? At first, I was like, well, the whole drone thing. But then I was like, well, maybe there's more to it. So I started doing some digging. I started looking around. Like I said, on the cutting edge of things. This is one of those, trends that is just beginning to appear. And I don't think most people know about it. I don't even really know that there's many people doing it the way that I would do it. So what is dropshipping? And basically what you're looking at here is it is a business model which allows you to have a store without having a store. Now, stay with me, okay? I know this gets in over people's heads really fast because it's so complicated, but I'm just going to simplify it here with some easy to understand terms for you. So you don't have to, you have a store without having to have a store. What does that mean? How can that be possible? It's almost like that one thing where it doesn't make sense and yet it kind of does. So that's what we're talking about here with dropshipping, is having a store without having a store. And by not having a store, I mean that you don't have any inventory, you don't have a warehouse, you don't have a storefront, there's no brick and there is no mortar involved in this. You're not even having to ship products to people, okay? It's amazing. It's basically like no work involved at all. So here's basically what it is, though, is that you are taking advantage of somebody else's store and allowing people to buy through it, but you are actually the store, even though you're not the person doing any of the work, which is basically how it works. So, so let's just break this down here. Okay, how does this work? Okay, so the customer comes to your website, okay? So like I said, there's no brick or mortar involved. We're just straight up website, okay? Online business. This is the 21st century, people. Welcome to the 21st century. Okay, so the customer comes to your website, probably through something like a rad Insta post that you just had of, hopefully you without a shirt on, or something like that would really get people to click. So the customer places an order on your website for a product, okay? So you have product, like pictures, but you don't actually have those, okay? So you didn't actually have to take any of those pictures. You just had to put them on a website, okay? That's, okay. So we've got pictures on a website, they click, they buy, and then boom, your store automatically orders that from another person's store that actually has the item. So just boom, automatically, it just goes, the order goes to the dropship supplier, okay? That is one of the terms that we really need to wrap our little minds around, and by our, I mean yours, okay? Just wrap the dropship supplier. So that has nothing to do with boats, okay? It has nothing to do with like lemon drops or anything like that. It has nothing to do with drones dropping things out of the air. This is a dropship supplier. Now we'll get into more of what that is in a second, as far as what a dropship supplier might be. But so customer makes the order, boom, it goes to the dropship supplier. Then they just package and ship the order directly to the customer. And they do it all while pretending to be you, okay? Now, there's a simple explanation of what dropshipping is. Very simple. So basically, all you need is a laptop. You don't have to have any products. You don't even have to have customers to begin with. You eventually have to get them eventually. But it's super easy. You don't have to have a store that you own. There's no physical business location. I mean, you don't even have to have a warehouse. You don't have to have inventory. Nothing. All you need is a laptop and an internet connection. And these days, what laptop doesn't have an internet connection? Because that would just be stupid. I don't know who would have anything like that. A laptop that didn't have an internet connection. Anyway, that is beside the point because we're talking about drop shipping here. So there's your basic outline of what it is. I don't really know how I could break it down any simpler. So basically, it's you pretending that you have a store with things in it, but you only have nice pictures of those things. You get customers to click on them, order them, and then the other person who really has the store and really has the products sends them to that person, and you don't have to do anything. But you still get money, which is the whole point of this thing in the first place, okay? So, dropshipping is just, it makes so much sense. And like I said, on the cutting edge of things, riding this wave. Like this wave is just getting started, but I put my finger in my mouth and my finger to the wind, and I can feel the wind coming, the salt water blowing against my finger as I know that this wave is coming. So I'm letting you guys in early, okay? This dropshipping thing, I'm telling you, is going to be huge. And you want to get on top of it. You want to get, yes, definitely on top of it, because being any other location on a wave is not advisable. So that's dropshipping in a nutshell, which is in the internet. So it's in an internet nutshell right there. That's what dropshipping is. And it's super simple. So why do people do dropshipping? And why should you do dropshipping? Well, first of all, because you're poor, okay? That's all there is to it. You don't have money. So how are you going to set up a store and start selling amazing things if you don't have money or creative talent or business acumen? That's a big word right there, acumen. And it means that you don't have it. Okay, so why would people want to do dropshipping? First of all, you don't have money. Okay, second of all, it's super easy. Like I said, you don't have to have anything. You just have to get people to buy things on a website. And how hard is that? I mean, that's something I could have done in first grade, kindergarten even. Whatever was below kindergarten, I could have been doing that. So you can too, hopefully. So boom, there, it's easy. You need money, and then, like I said, the cost of setting it up, like there's no money down. You're not going to have to spend money to make money, okay? Usually, a lot of times that is the case, that you have to spend money to make money. And, we can get into more of the technical side of dropshipping where you're actually, pushing traffic to your website so you can get more sales and stuff like that, which does involve spending a lot of money. And, but if you don't have that, then it's not really an option for you. Don't have to worry about overhead costs. Forget those, okay? You don't have any risk. There's no risk whatsoever with dropshipping. Because you don't have anything, unless they take away your laptop from you, that you don't have any risk whatsoever. The other nice thing is it's location independent and also time independent. You basically don't have to spend any time doing this, and you basically can live anywhere. I recommend somewhere like Tahiti. Honestly, I think that is probably the best place to run a dropshipping business. There's just something about the air in Tahiti that just says dropshipping to me. Another great place is Chiang Mai. Love Chiang Mai. Love what they're doing with the place. It's really becoming, less of a hellhole than as what it previously was. So then you can sell anything. You can have a dropshipping business for organic pet toys. You can have a drop shipping business for adult diapers. You can have a drop shipping business for interactive smart yoga mats that tell you your weight while you're doing hot yoga. Those are super popular. I've got this little inside trick here. That's actually one of my products that is selling like crazy. Love that one. It frees up so much time. You can do other stuff like make more money, and then you don't have to worry about lost or damaged goods because they weren't even yours to begin with, okay? Basically, dropshipping is awesome, and it is the wave of the future, and I am just letting you guys in on this little secret because, I'm a nice guy, and I want you guys to have a fighting chance because I know at this place that you're at right now, you probably don't. which is really sad. But, I'm doing what I can to help you not be what you are. So, and I think dropshipping is a great way to help you do that. Just recap really quick. So dropshipping is where you have a store, but you don't have a store. And the store that you don't have is the website where people come to buy products that you actually don't own. And then when they click on it, you don't do anything because the order goes to somebody else. And then that other person does all the work of shipping the product from China and dropping it off in, California or Mexico or somewhere where they have boats that come in from China, and then they take it and ship it and put it in a plane or a train or an automobile and send it to your customer with your label, your stuff on it, so they think that you sent it even though you didn't send it, so that you get a loyal customer for having to do no work whatsoever or spend any money whatsoever. Boom. There you go. That's Dropshipping 101 with Brad Johnson. Just leave it to me to break things down and make them make so much sense, because that's just what I do, because I'm a winner. So yeah, little one-shot episode here for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know you did. And remember, if you know somebody who's in the dropshipping business, I want to talk to them, okay? I think we need to do a deep dive episode on dropshipping and really get you guys the information that you need so that you can stop losing, because dropshipping, you can't lose. There's no way to lose with dropshipping. So I am going to take off here. I got to go to the racetrack, actually, taking my McLaren down there, put it through its paces. You know what they say about racetrack. You know what they say about race cars. You can't just leave them sitting. They have to be raced. It's like caging a wild animal. That's how I feel a lot of the times. Like, I'm just a caged wild animal. I just need to be set free on the racetrack of life, and that's why you can't stop me. When I decide to win, you can't stop me. Thanks, guys, for listening today. Remember to share the podcast with somebody that you know who needs to start dropshipping or doing any other awesome things that I do and tell you about on this podcast. So we'll talk to you next time. Ciao.
You've just listened to an episode of awesomeness. Now go out and spread the awesomeness and help others fix the mess that is their life, and help them stop being a loser and start winning in business, health, and their personal life by getting them to listen to The Brad Johnson Show. Book your face, tweet your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.